Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we've got some exciting updates from the financial world, local politics, and social issues. First up, Hesai Group, the Chinese laser sensor giant, made a spectacular debut on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, with shares jumping 8%, raising about 4 billion Hong Kong dollars. Despite some US-China tensions, Hesai is pushing ahead to become a major tech player. Next, positive news on the diplomatic front. US and China have reached an agreement to keep TikTok operating in the US, which boosted Hong Kong stocks and lifted market spirits across the region. And finally, on the social front, Hong Kong is planning to modernize its sexual offense laws to better protect victims and adapt to new tech threats like deepfake pornography. Please continue to watch for more details. Hesai Group, as reported by South China Morning Post, made a spectacular debut on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, with its shares opening at 229 Hong Kong dollars and 20 cents, a significant 7.7% premium over the offer price, reflecting strong investor confidence. This Chinese LiDAR sensor giant, already listed on Nasdaq, raised approximately 4.16 billion Hong Kong dollars from its secondary listing, with a substantial portion allocated to R&D and manufacturing expansion. Co-founder Kai Sun expressed his vision of Hesai transforming from a LiDAR specialist into a comprehensive technology enterprise by 2035, emphasizing its role in the fourth industrial revolution driven by AI. Despite facing U.S. government blacklisting over alleged military ties, Hesai remains a dominant force in the autonomous vehicle supply chain, with key clients like Li Auto and Geely, and a promising outlook bolstered by recent high-profile deals, including a $40 million expansion agreement with a robotaxi firm. Nikkei Asia reports that in a broader regional context, Hong Kong stocks experienced gains amid positive developments in US-China relations, particularly regarding TikTok's future. The US and China reached a preliminary framework agreement to keep TikTok operational in the US, easing some trade tensions and boosting investor sentiment. The Hang Seng Index and tech stocks advanced, buoyed by expectations of a Federal Reserve rate cut, which also lifted U.S. indices like the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Hesai shares surged by over 10% during its Hong Kong debut, riding the wave of optimism fueled by blockbuster listings and strategic deals. The regional markets reflected a cautious but optimistic outlook, with Japanese and South Korean indices rising modestly, signaling a tentative recovery amid ongoing geopolitical tensions. Further details from South China Morning Post highlight Hesai's impressive market reception, with its shares closing more than 2% higher after the debut, and the company securing nearly 170 times oversubscription in its public tranche. The firm's strategic partnerships and robust order book, including a long-term supply deal with a US-based robotaxi company, underscore its leadership in LiDAR technology. Despite US sanctions and military allegations, Hesai's management remains optimistic about its future, emphasizing its role in the AI-driven industrial revolution. Founded in Shanghai in 2014, Hesai has become a cornerstone in autonomous vehicle technology, with a diverse client base spanning top Chinese EV manufacturers and autonomous driving startups. The company plans to channel its IPO proceeds into R&D, manufacturing, and global expansion, positioning itself at the forefront of the rapidly evolving new energy and autonomous vehicle sectors, which have seen a six-fold market cap increase over the past decade in Hong Kong. South China Morning Post highlights the urgent need for Hong Kong to modernize its sexual offense laws, which are rooted in colonial-era statutes and fail to reflect contemporary societal norms and technological advances. The city's outdated legal framework narrowly defines rape, excluding many non-consensual acts and same-sex assaults, and lacks a statutory definition of consent, leaving courts to interpret ambiguous situations. Recent scandals, such as the AI-generated deepfake pornography incident at the University of Hong Kong, expose vulnerabilities in addressing emerging harms like stealthing and AI-based sexual content, which are unaddressed by current laws. Advocates emphasize the importance of a comprehensive reform that includes clear consent standards, protections against new forms of sexual violence, and a survivor-centered justice process that reduces re-traumatization and encourages reporting, ultimately fostering a culture of healing and justice. The same publication also discusses Hong Kong's plans to tighten restrictions on children's digital device use amidst alarming rises in myopia rates linked to increased screen time during the pandemic. With 43% of primary and 81% of secondary students spending 2 or more hours daily on recreational screens, experts warn of serious health risks, including glaucoma and cataracts. Authorities are considering revising existing guidelines, last updated in 2018, to better regulate screen time and promote outdoor activities, which are crucial for preventing myopia. Recommendations include setting distinct rules for school and home environments and educating parents on healthy digital habits. The COVID-19 pandemic's impact has significantly increased children's screen time, prompting calls for stricter guidelines, increased outdoor activity, and awareness campaigns to combat the public health threat posed by excessive digital exposure. SCMP's opinion piece underscores the paradox of Hong Kong's thriving tourism industry coexisting with a crackdown on illegal work by mainland visitors. While tourists are welcome to boost the local economy, illegal employment, such as mainland visitors offering photography and makeup services without proper authorization, poses legal and economic risks. Recent raids have uncovered numerous unauthorized workers operating in hotels, restaurants, and scenic spots, with some facing prison sentences and hefty fines. The government emphasizes the importance of cracking down on these illegal activities to protect local jobs, especially as the unemployment rate rises to 3.7%, the highest in 33 months. Authorities urge residents and visitors alike to adhere to legal employment practices, warning that engaging in illegal work not only jeopardizes individuals' freedom but also undermines the integrity of Hong Kong's labor market and economic recovery efforts. In the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's financial scene is buzzing with the remarkable growth of its dim sum bond market, which is on track to set new records this year. The city is transforming into a crucial offshore yuan fundraising hub, with major Chinese tech giants like Baidu, Meituan, and Tencent considering debt issuance, some after a 4-year hiatus. Corporate bond issuance has soared to a staggering $46.2 billion, driven by favorable interest rates, structural reforms, and increased investor interest facilitated by initiatives like Bond Connect. The market's expansion is also bolstered by geopolitical tensions and a strategic shift by global investors seeking to diversify away from the US dollar, making offshore yuan bonds more attractive. Hong Kong, as the nearest international financial center to mainland China, benefits immensely from this trend, attracting a broader investor base, including newcomers from the Middle East. Despite potential risks from rate adjustments and economic uncertainties, experts believe the market could continue growing, with projections reaching up to 1.6 trillion yuan by 2026, emphasizing the long-term internationalization of the Chinese currency. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports a harrowing incident involving a Hong Kong bus driver who narrowly escaped death when a metal pole pierced his windscreen and struck his chest. The incident occurred in the late afternoon near Tai Lam Tunnel, as a crowded city bus Route 967 was making its way from Admiralty to Tin Shui Wai. Miraculously, the driver remained conscious, calmly managed to halt the bus, and received prompt medical attention for minor injuries. Authorities recovered the metal pole, believed to have been flung from the ground by a passing vehicle, reminiscent of a similar event in 2019 when a metal object injured a bus driver on Tuen Mun Road. The company expressed deep concern and praised the driver's professionalism, highlighting the unpredictable dangers on Hong Kong's roads and the importance of vigilance in maintaining safety standards. In a deeply disturbing case, the South China Morning Post details allegations against a Hong Kong district councillor, Say Chun-hing, accused of sexually assaulting an underage girl over a decade ago. The victim, now 28, recounted her traumatic experience starting when she was just 11, describing how Say, then in his 20s, molested her during school theater rehearsals and later pursued a more intimate relationship. The court heard that Say's inappropriate behavior included fondling her, making suggestive remarks, and engaging in sexual acts when she was only 13, despite her clear discomfort. The victim described feeling confused and trusting due to her young age and the relationship's ambiguous nature. The case continues, shedding light on serious issues of abuse and the importance of accountability, while also revealing the disturbing abuse of power by someone in a position of authority. South China Morning Post vividly captures Havalit Frederick Sau's inspiring journey from traditional shipping magnate roots to a passionate advocate for the well-being economy, emphasizing the importance of inner harmony and purpose-driven business. Sau's transformative encounter with Qigong and Taoist philosophy in 1993 ignited his belief that true well-being stems from inner consciousness, which can positively influence the external world. His family's legacy now extends beyond logistics into wellness initiatives, including the innovative Octave Group, which integrates wellness centers, impact investing, and community development projects. Sau's commitment is further exemplified by the Impact Week conference held in collaboration with the World Economic Forum, where global leaders discussed fostering a future centered on human and environmental health. His efforts to bridge Eastern philosophies with modern business strategies highlight a vision of long-term prosperity rooted in purpose and interconnectedness, with initiatives like community poverty alleviation programs and retreats aimed at nurturing inner and outer well-being for all social strata. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post also provides a lively overview of New York Fashion Week 2025, spotlighting the revitalized identities of Coach and Tory Burch amid the bustling fashion scene. Coach, under Stuart Vevers' creative direction, has transformed from a brand with no clear identity into a cultural icon, celebrating New York's grit and glamour through collections inspired by the city's streets and history. The latest designs feature a nostalgic yet contemporary mix of distressed denim, vintage-inspired handbags, and whimsical motifs, all showcased in a historic Brooklyn Art Deco setting. Conversely, Tory Burch's Spring-Summer 2026 collection explores the nuanced facets of femininity and strength, blending tailored pieces with romantic touches like florals and distressed leather, emphasizing a modern, understated elegance. The show's focus on undone beauty and the brand's Swedish roots reflects a broader trend of embracing authenticity and simplicity in luxury fashion, resonating with a diverse, style-conscious audience eager for both tradition and innovation. In stark contrast, The Independent reports on a disturbing cyber attack targeting luxury giants Gucci, Balenciaga, and Alexander McQueen, revealing a shadowy digital breach that compromised millions of customer records. The breach, confirmed by Kering, the parent company, exposed sensitive client information, including names, contact details, and purchase histories, though it did not reveal financial data like credit card numbers. Hackers claiming to be shiny hunters have reportedly accessed data linked to 7.4 million email addresses, highlighting the growing vulnerability of high-end brands amidst rising cyber threats in the luxury sector. The incident underscores a wider pattern of breaches affecting top-tier labels such as Cartier and Louis Vuitton, prompting urgent calls for improved cybersecurity measures. As these brands grapple with protecting customer trust and data integrity, the attack serves as a stark reminder of the digital risks faced by the global luxury industry, emphasizing the need for robust defenses in an increasingly interconnected world. The South China Morning Post reports that former Hong Kong leader C.Y. Leung has been honored by Cambodian officials with the Knight Grand Officer of the Royal Order of Mani Seraphan in recognition of his significant contributions to Cambodia's healthcare system. Leung, who now serves as vice chairman of China's top political advisory body and chairs the GX Foundation, has spearheaded numerous medical humanitarian initiatives in Cambodia. Since its inception in 2018, the foundation has conducted over 7,700 screenings and performed 5,800 surgeries, notably through its cataract blindness elimination program. Recently, the foundation launched a dengue fever prevention project in Kampong Speu province, installing mosquito lamps and distributing educational materials to mitigate infection risks, exemplifying its commitment to enhancing public health. Leung expressed deep gratitude for the award, emphasizing his dedication to fostering China-Cambodia cooperation in medicine and public health, and strengthening the bonds of mutual understanding between their peoples. The ceremony was attended by notable figures, including the Chinese ambassador to Cambodia, highlighting the importance of this recognition within the broader context of regional health diplomacy. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post details a remarkable surge in China's domestic legacy chipmakers, such as SG Micro and 3Peak, following Beijing's announcement of an anti-dumping investigation into imported U.S. semiconductors. This investigation marks a pivotal step in China's efforts to develop self-reliant semiconductor capabilities, targeting analog integrated circuits used widely in appliances, machinery, and electric vehicles. Shares of SG Micro soared by the maximum 20% on Shenzhen's Chinext board, reflecting investor confidence in the potential for domestic manufacturers to benefit from protective policies. The investigation focuses on U.S. companies like Texas Instruments and Analog Devices, which have historically expanded capacity through aggressive price cuts, challenging Chinese firms' market share. Despite recent slowing growth and profit margins for companies like SG Micro, analysts believe that the anti-dumping probe could create a more favorable environment for local suppliers, fostering profitability and accelerating China's semiconductor independence. This development underscores China's strategic push to bolster its supply chain resilience amid ongoing global trade tensions, with the analog chip sector seen as a crucial battleground in the broader technological rivalry. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.